Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about holiday leave loading, okay? So in this particular case, when we're talking about leave loading, we want to understand what it actually is first and foremost, and then we're going to go through two examples, both slightly different, okay, but that rely on the same concept. So leave loading, what is it? Essentially, when we talk about leave loading, it's paid to some employees when they go and take annual leave, okay? Now, depending on the award or your workplace conditions or anything like that, the amount can vary slightly, but generally, when we talk about leave loading, it is an extra 17.5%, okay, of whatever your normal pay would be, okay? Often on top of that, in some cases, your employer, when you're taking, say, your 4 weeks leave, okay, they will pay it in one lump sum, okay? So what we're going to do, okay, is we're going to jump straight into the first example. I won't go why we have lead loading. This is just more of a how-to video in terms of what's going on. But some employees are entitled to it. So example one. Rachel is normally paid $1,200 per week. Okay, so we know right there, we know that's her weekly rate of pay. When she's on holidays, she is paid 17.5% per annum leave loading. So what that means, okay, is she is paid an extra 17.5% more on top of her base pay when she takes annual leave. So question A then says, how much is her holiday pay for 1 week? Okay. So if you think of her holiday pay as essentially being 100%, when we go and include leave loading, okay, that then grows. So it grows to 117.5% of what she would normally be earning. Okay. So to go and calculate her holiday pay, keeping in mind her holiday pay is equal to her base rate or base pay and leave loading, we can do this in one really quick step. Let me just fix that up. Okay. The easiest way to go and do this is to go and find 117.5% of her base pay. Okay. So really, really simple. We take the 117.5% and we multiply, because we're talking about for 1 week, okay, we multiply by what she earns per week, $1,200. We plug that directly into our calculator, okay, and we find out that her holiday pay for a 1 week period would be $1,410. Okay. Part B asks us to calculate her leave loading, keeping in mind that the leave loading is the amount that is on top of her base pay. So going and calculating her leave loading, all right. What we do is we take the holiday pay and we subtract off the base pay. That's going to find us the difference of what's left over, okay, or basically our extra. And we end up with the fact that across 1 week, right, Rachel in this particular case would earn an extra $210. Okay. So the other option that you could go and do would be to find 17.5% of $1,200, which is this. And then you could add on to $1,200 to bring yourself to the 210, to the $1,410 there. Okay. All right. So let's do another example. This one will be slightly different. Okay. In this particular case, we're talking about Mary. Okay. Mary earns $800 a week. You want to talk about this in as much detail as you can. So highlight the important parts, okay, of the question that we're going to be paying attention to. We need the base rate. Calculating her holiday pay for 4 weeks, including leave loading. So we're not finding it for 1 week anymore. We're finding it for essentially a whole month. Okay. And we're going to include leave loading, keeping in mind that with us including leave loading, okay, we're going to be doing our first method. So we're going to be doing the holiday pay all together in one go. So before we do anything, we need to find her total pay, her base pay for 4 weeks. So her base pay is equal to $800 multiplied through by 4. So normally Mary would be earning, if we plug that into the calculator, $3,200 in 4 weeks. Okay. However, her holiday pay is that with an extra 17.5%. So we're going to take this value here. Okay. We're going to take that value there and we are going to increase it by 17.5%. So we find 117.5% of the base pay, 3,200. We plug that directly into our calculator, okay? And we end up with this, $3,760. That is the holiday pay for 4 weeks, including leave loading, all done in one step, okay? Now to go and calculate what it would be without, we can also reverse that process. We're earning an extra $560 from our base pay to get to our leave loading across the 4 weeks. Okay. So in most questions, if it asks about leave loading and it doesn't give you a specific percentage, you are assuming that it will be the 17.5% unless it specifies otherwise. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.